Welcome back this week, guys. This is season 2, episode 11. I'm Renzo Rossato.
And I'm Gaston Rossato.
And today we have the Saleen S7.
That's right, but just like everything on our show, not just any Saleen S7, a twin turbo competition, one of only of a handful in the world, guys. We're gonna talk about why this car is so underrated, why it's still one of the fastest cars in the world, all the racing pedigree that it has, and we're gonna meet the owner in just a little bit.
Before all that, hit that subscribe button for us and we'll go for the drive.
Let's do the drive.
Let's do it.
Car is only a handful in the world because of the twin turbos. They only made 30, and of the 30, only 5 or 6 were competition packages.
And this is a competition package.
It is a competition twin turbo. So 850 horses.
So this is a 2005, which is the first year for the twin turbo. The car was produced in 2000, 2007. 2005 and 2007 is when you see the twin turbo models. So like you mentioned, 850 horsepower.
This is the beast.
So we're getting instructions from the owner to give it some boost. Let's give it some boost.
When you bought these cars brand new, you would actually go to the factory and you would get fitted. So the seats are not adjustable, but the pedals are.
Right. The pedals and the steering wheel will go up and down.
So they would do that for you.
Right, because they're bolted on. You can't just adjust them out.
Right,
you can go down there and actually remove the bolts and adjust them.
Give it a boost
Give
here.
some boost. Give it some boost.
Oh my God, this car is fast. My goodness. Let's get another one.
Woo! Got a little sideways there. This thing is...
All right, that was enough for me. That was enough for me. That car just skid on us on second gear like at 40 miles an hour. No, that's enough.
Bring it in here, bring it in here. We're going to have him drive. Holy shit.
All right, guys, we're back from that amazing drive. What an experience. Truly, truly, truly.
We're a little limited on the space because it's, we're on the road.
But we got enough. It was a teaser, and that's all I needed.
This is JC.
He's actually our first guest, JC,
Yeah.
so
Really?
Yeah.
welcome to the show. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
It was great. It was great.
JC's a local collector. In the coming months, we can show you a little bit of that.
Yeah, so we thank you for the opportunity
Thank you. Thank
to
you.
showcase this car and bring it to our viewers.
My pleasure.
Now, let's talk a little bit about what the Saleen 7 is, why the twin turbo, why the competition, why it's such a quick car, the history behind the racing, and a little bit more.
Many people might not know, but this car has a great pedigree in racing, and it won championships, and it won pretty much every important race.
And what makes this one a competition versus a non-competition car?
Well, the competition car, it's got more boost, it's got more horsepower, and it's got the wing in the back for aerodynamics, and it's got a completely free flow exhaust, no catalytic converters or anything.
From factory, guys.
From factory.
That's another thing they pulled off. We had mentioned earlier the airbag, a free-flowing straight pipe exhaust. I mean,
Yeah.
he had good attorneys.
The first generation of this car, which when they started in 2000, was a naturally aspirated V8 producing 550 horsepower. And like we mentioned in the car, 2005 was the first year of the twin turbo producing 750 horsepower. Now the competition package in this case has 850 horsepower, and some even have 1,000 horsepower.
This one's got 900 now after tuning. The reason for that was obviously like we spoke before we got into the car that, you know, Saleen had to upstage the Ford GT, and to do that he came up with twin turbos. Even though this car would have been faster, even normally aspirated than the Ford GT, because this one was scaled and it weighed right around 2,800 pounds. As opposed to almost 3,500 pounds for the Ford GT. You can feel it in the drive, you can feel it in the wheel travel, you can feel it in, you know, the right height and everything.
Right. What I find amazing is what we talked about earlier, right? You have these very famous hypercars that bring tons of money.
Right.
And people see them as such an exclusive thing, but wouldn't you say this is the same category of car in the sense of horsepower, production numbers,
Overall
performance,
looks.
just overall the design of the car? I mean, there's so much going for it that I feel is so underrated in the car world, no?
I think at some point, you know, given that this car is still one of the fastest cars in the world, the standard Saleen S7 turbo top speed was 248. This one with another, you know, 150 horsepower, and you know you can get 250 something or whatever you want to guess. It's fine, but obviously a little faster. It's still a car that is capable of 250 miles per hour, and then they only made 30 twin turbos. I think it's 5 or 6 competition cars.
Does this car have traction control?
No.
So no traction control,
No ABS.
6-speed manual, 850, well in this case 900 horsepower. I mean, that's incredible.
Well, I love cars that are developed first from the track, then turn into street version cars, right? Versus just a hypercar. And I think that's the difference that we see between some of these Ferraris or other cars and this. And guys, this car has so much downforce. It's said that it produces its own weight in downforce. So
Meaning?
the fact is,
at 160, at over 160.
at over 160 miles an hour, that means the car will hold its own weight, which means it would actually drive backwards. We're gonna try that one on the next episode,
Yeah,
right?
there's a tunnel here. We're gonna
just do this.
make up its mind.
Look at that thing, man.
Look at that dry sump tank. Big.
Man, yeah, that is huge. You can see what they were trying to make here. There was nothing fancy. It wasn't supposed to be fancy. It was
No,
true performance car.
Exactly. Their focus when building this car was strength and lightweight.
Look at that. It's still a work of art, even though it wasn't even the intention.
All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this 7-liter V8 twin turbo beast of a car that we were able to drive today.
So limited, so rare, so underappreciated, racing history, engineering. I mean, there's so much that goes behind the Saleen S7 that I think it deserves a little bit of more of a spotlight, right?
It does. I learned a lot today about this car, and I have a greater appreciation for the car today, definitely. Especially be able to experience it. Unfortunately, not able to drive it, but at least sit in the passenger side.
Well, I did get to drive it, and I can tell you guys it was absolutely amazing. I hope this video does it justice. We want to thank you for watching today. We want to thank you for subscribing. If you haven't, please do so right now. Or is it that way, this way? All the links down below. Follow us on Instagram. We get a sneak peek of what's coming up next.
That's right.
Till the next one.
I'm Renzo Rossato.
And I'm Gaston Rossato.
Peace out.